Imagine for a moment that everything you've ever believed in was suddenly turned upside down. What if the very foundation of your life, your faith, your family, your identity, was shattered in an instant, only to be rebuilt by a truth so powerful it changed you forever? My name is Amina, and I'm 34 years old. On March 15th, 2019, I died for 8 minutes. I was the wife of a respected Imam in our community, living a life of strict tradition. But what I experienced on the other side of death shook me to my core. I met Jesus, and when I returned, I was no longer the same person. Today, I'm sharing my story, a story of struggle, transformation, and an unshakable truth. I invite you to listen with an open heart as I take you through a journey that changed not just my life, but my very soul. I was born into a deeply traditional Muslim family, where rules and obedience were the pillars of our existence. From the time I could walk, I was taught that paradise was something to be earned through perfect submission. My father was a stern man, his authority unquestionable. My mother was quiet, her silence a reflection of the life she lived. This was the only way of life I knew, the only model I had. Before I even learned to read English, I memorized verses from the Quran. The rules shaped every part of my world, how I dressed, how I behaved, even where I could look. Modesty was paramount, my gaze always lowered, my voice always soft. Questioning these rules was seen as rebellion. Doubt was a sin, something to be feared and suppressed. I watched my older sisters marry at a young age, disappearing into their husbands' homes, their lives no longer their own. The unspoken truth was clear to me even then. My worth was tied to my purity and my ability to obey. And at the age of 16, my father informed me that I would marry a new Imam in our community. He was 28, educated, and highly respected. I wasn't asked if I wanted this marriage. In my world, good Muslim girls didn't need to be asked. The wedding was a grand affair for everyone else, but for me, it was terrifying. That first night as a wife, I felt like a child pretending to be a woman, dressed in clothes that didn't fit my heart. The expectations were clear and heavy. Bear sons, manage his household, and be a perfect reflection of his authority. For the next 11 years, I lived as the Imam's wife, a role that consumed every part of my being. The weight of being watched by the community pressed down on me every single day. Every move I made, every word I spoke, every decision I took or didn't take, was a mirror of my husband's standing. My routine was unchangeable. I woke for Fajr prayer at dawn, prepared his breakfast, and covered myself completely before stepping out of the bedroom. I never questioned. I never complained. At community gatherings, I served food to the men, sat quietly with the women, and modeled perfect submission. Other women saw me as the ideal to strive for, but inside, I felt hollow. The loneliness of living a crowded life, surrounded by people yet utterly alone, was a pain unlike any other. I prayed 5 times a day, every day, for 11 years, but it often felt like I was speaking into an empty void. I watched my husband preach about Allah's love, yet I couldn't feel it in my own heart. The guilt of this emptiness ate at me. What was wrong with me? Why wasn't submission enough to fill this void? Secret thoughts crept into my mind, thoughts I quickly pushed away. I wanted simple freedoms, to drive on my own, to choose my own clothes, to laugh without restraint. These tiny rebellions stayed locked deep inside me, unspoken and unacted upon. Have you ever done everything you were told to do, followed every rule, and still felt like a part of you was slowly dying inside? That was my reality. March 15th, 2019, began like any other Friday. I was 27 years old, married for 11 years, and had never made a single major decision about my own life. That morning, I prepared for Juma prayer and cooked for guests as usual. My husband gave me a list of instructions for the day, including a trip to the market to pick up supplies. Driving alone was a rare moment of solitude for me. As I approached an intersection, I remember the light turning green. But then out of nowhere, a truck ran a red light. I saw it coming, a massive vehicle hurtling toward the driver's side of my car. Time seemed to freeze for a split second before the deafening crash of metal and shattering glass filled my ears. The impact threw my body like a rag doll. Pain exploded through my chest, my head, every part of me. I couldn't breathe. I tried to gasp for air, but my lungs wouldn't respond. The metallic taste of blood filled my mouth. People were shouting outside, running toward the wreckage. My vision began to narrow, the edges darkening until everything tunneled into blackness. Then, suddenly, the pain stopped. I found myself looking down at the scene, detached from my body. I could see myself slumped in the driver's seat, my hijab soaked with blood. I watched as strangers tried to pull me from the car. A strange calm washed over me. I heard their voices clearly. "She's not breathing. Call an ambulance. Is that the Imam's wife?" The realization hit me like a wave. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. There was no fear, just a surreal curiosity. I couldn't focus on my body for long. Something was pulling me away, a sensation of movement without physically moving. The world below faded, like waking from a dream. I expected to see the angel of death, as I had been taught in Islam. I expected Munkar and Nakir, the angels who question the deceased about their deeds. My mind raced with teachings about the grave, the judgment, the scales that would weigh my good and bad actions. Fear gripped me. Had I done enough? Had I prayed enough? Had I been obedient enough? I entered a space of complete darkness, but it wasn't frightening. It felt more like a transition, like passing through something rather than being stuck in nothingness. A sense of speed came over me, as if I were traveling somewhere beyond understanding. I was alone, but not lonely. Time lost all meaning. Whether seconds or hours passed, I couldn't tell. My own thoughts began to replay my life, regrets surfacing one by one. I never chose anything for myself. I never truly lived. Then, a tiny pinpoint of light appeared ahead. It wasn't just bright. It called to me, drawing me in with a force I couldn't resist. As I moved closer, the light grew, surrounding me completely. A warmth flooded through me, not a physical heat, but an emotional embrace. The darkness dissolved, and entering the light felt like being born anew. I felt a presence before I saw anything, a presence of indescribable love that enveloped me entirely. Every part of me, if I even had a form anymore, felt known. I was seen, every secret, every wound, every hidden thought laid bare. The shock of having nowhere to hide, no way to pretend, shook me deeply. Yet, there was no judgment, no condemnation. Then I knew who it was. Not the Isa I had learned about in Islam as a prophet, but something far greater. This was God. His form was overwhelming light, yet somehow, I perceived a face, a presence I could understand. His eyes seemed to hold the entire universe, and yet they held me too. Fear gripped me. Jesus? No, this can't be right. I'm Muslim. I shouldn't be here. My entire understanding of faith shattered in that moment. But somehow, I knew him. Deep down, I had always known him. The love I felt was intense, almost violent in its power. It wasn't soft or gentle. It pierced through me, exposing everything, yet healing me at the same time. Every wall I had built around myself, he saw through. Every role I had played, he saw past. He loved the version of me I had never been allowed to be. I wept without tears, having no body to produce them. Relief washed over me. I didn't have to pretend anymore. How can I describe being loved by love itself? Have you ever been so completely seen that it both terrified and freed you at the same time? He didn't speak with a voice. His words appeared directly in my consciousness, pure truth. The first word he said was, "Beloved." That single word struck me to my core. No one had ever called me beloved. Then he said, "My child, I've been waiting for you." Confusion flooded me. But I didn't follow you. I didn't even believe you were God. His response changed everything. I know. And I waited anyway. I struggled to grasp what was happening. I had spent my entire life following Islam, praying to Allah, submitting to the teachings of the Quran. Yet here I was, standing before Jesus, and he claimed me as his own. Everything I had been taught told me this was impossible, that this was deception, that I should be afraid. But the love radiating from him was undeniable. It wasn't the conditional love I had known all my life, the kind that demanded perfection and obedience. This was different, unconditional, boundless. He reached toward me, not with hands but with his presence. "Come closer," he said. "Don't be afraid." But I was afraid. I was terrified of what this meant, of what accepting this truth would cost me. Yet I felt drawn to him in a way I had never felt before, like coming home to a place I never knew existed. He said, "Come, let me show you your life through my eyes." I hesitated. "I don't want to see." I know I failed. His gentleness surrounded me. "You don't know what failure is yet. Let me show you." What followed wasn't like watching a movie. It was like reliving every moment of my life all at once, as if my entire existence was a single, eternal present. I saw myself as a little girl, maybe 4 years old, playing in a garden, laughing without a care in the world. "Look," he said, "this is who I created, full of joy, openness, and wonder. There was no hijab, no rules, no fear, just a child being a child." I had forgotten her. I had forgotten I was ever that free. His sadness washed over me. I wept when they began to cage you. Then I saw myself at 6 years old, being told to cover my hair. The confusion on my young face broke my heart. "Why?" little me asked. My father's answer echoed through time, "Because men cannot control themselves. You must protect them from sin." Jesus revealed the lie in those words. I made men with self-control. This was never your burden to carry. I saw the weight placed on a child's shoulders, how I internalized shame, believing my body was dangerous. That I was responsible for others' thoughts. With tenderness, he said, "I gave you a body as a gift. They taught you it was a weapon." At 10 years old, I saw myself being struck for laughing too loudly. "I watched you learn to make yourself small," he said. Moment after moment played out, times I dimmed my light to please others. I saw my mother, her own brokenness teaching me to be broken. She didn't know another way. She was caged, too, he explained. For the first time, compassion for my mother filled me. The oppressed become oppressors when they know nothing else, he said. At 13, I saw the shame and isolation of starting menstruation, being labeled impure, even removed from family prayers. Jesus showed me the beauty of how he designed women's bodies, exposing the lies I had believed. That I was less, that I was other, that I was merely tolerated, not celebrated. I watched myself learn to hate being female. At 15, my father announced I would soon marry. I felt my fear, my silence, the moment I wanted to say no but couldn't. I heard the, "No, you couldn't speak," Jesus said. "Do you remember what you prayed that night?" The memory returned. I was lying in bed, 15 years old, praying desperately, "Allah, please don't let this happen." I thought my prayer went unanswered. But Jesus said, "I heard you, and I answered, though not in the way you expected." My wedding night appeared. He shielded me from the intimate details but showed me my heart, 16 years old, terrified, alone with a stranger. "I felt your fear. I held you through it," he said. The years of marital duty without desire, without choice, without love unfolded. "This is not what I designed marriage to be," he told me. I saw my husband clearly, not as evil, but as blind. "He didn't know he was harming you. He thought he was being righteous," Jesus explained. Anger and pity mixed within me. From 16 to 27, I watched myself perform the role of the perfect wife, the perfect Muslim. Every prayer I prayed to be seen by others, every community event where I smiled while dying inside, played out. "I saw you. I saw the real you hiding behind the performance," he said. Moments alone, crying silently in the bathroom, nights lying awake wondering if this was all life had to offer, stretched before me. With deep compassion, he said, "You were in prison, and you didn't even know the door was never locked." Seeing the dynamics of my marriage with clarity was painful. It wasn't a partnership, it was a hierarchy. "He owned you, and ownership is not love," Jesus said. The subtle controls I had accepted as normal became visible. Needing permission to leave the house, having no access to money, being told what to wear, when to speak, how to behave. This wasn't marriage. This was authorized oppression, he said. I tried to argue, but the Quran says, he interrupted. I don't care what any book says when my daughter is being crushed. Moments where I betrayed myself appeared. Times I agreed when I disagreed. Opinions I swallowed, dreams I never spoke. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to help children, I admitted. With sadness, he said, I gave you gifts. They were buried. Then I saw my daughter, and the guilt crushed me as I watched myself teach her to be silent. When you taught her to be small, I wept, he said. The cycle of oppression I perpetuated threatened to break me. We arrived at my prayers, 19,605 of them. 5 prayers a day for 11 years. Do you want to know how many reached me? He asked. Fear overwhelmed me, expecting none. But his answer shattered me. All of them. Every single one. Because I heard the prayer beneath the prayer. You weren't praying to Allah. You were crying out to me, and you didn't even know it. The true prayers of my heart echoed. Please let me feel something. Please let this mean something. Please see me. I was answering you all along. This moment right now is the answer, he said. He showed me myself at 22, performing ablution with precision, fearful of not being clean enough. You were trying to be clean enough to approach God, he said. But you were already clean. I made you clean. Religion taught you to earn. I came to give freely. The Islamic teaching of scales, good deeds weighed against bad, appeared. There are no scales. There's only love. You don't earn love, you receive it, he explained. My mind struggled to keep up as everything I believed crumbled. Yes, everything, he confirmed. I expected judgment, feared it. Ask yourself right now, when you think of meeting God, do you feel fear or hope? He asked. That's how you know if your religion is from me or from men. Perfect love casts out fear. He showed me Bible verses I had never read. I came not to condemn the world but to save it, I protested, but I'm Muslim. I rejected you. His response filled me with wonder. You can't reject someone you never truly knew. How could you reject me when they never introduced us? His compassion for my ignorance overwhelmed me. My child, you've been living death and calling it life, he said. The years of going through motions stretched before me. You've never made a choice from your authentic self. Every decision was made from fear or obligation. You've been asleep. I'm waking you up. Realizations hit me like waves. My marriage wasn't ordained by God, it was arranged by men. My submission wasn't to God, it was to human authority. My faith wasn't faith, it was fear. My obedience wasn't righteousness, it was survival. Do you see now? He asked. Now I see. And I can't unsee, I replied. He expanded the revelation. This isn't just about you. This is about all my daughters who have been told they're less. He showed me women across the world, caged by different religions and cultures, but bound by the same spirit of control. Wherever women are oppressed in my name, that's not me. Wherever fear is used to control in my name, that's not me. Wherever love is conditional in my name, that's not me. I came to set captives free. All captives. I asked the burning question. So, is Islam wrong? All of it. His answer was nuanced. There is truth in many places. But truth mixed with control becomes a cage. Muhammad sought me, but those who came after built walls instead of bridges. I don't condemn seekers. I condemn those who use my name to dominate. You were a sincere seeker. That's why I can reveal myself to you now. With intense focus, he asked, Amina, do you want to truly live? I answered honestly, I don't even know what that means. I want to show you, but it will cost you everything, he said. What will it cost? I asked. Your old life, your comfort, your community, your security, your marriage, everything you've known. And what will I gain? I pressed. May, yourself, freedom, truth, real life, he continued. I have to send you back. But I'm giving you a choice. You can go back and forget this. You'll return to your old life as if this never happened. The temptation tugged at me. It would be easier. Or you can go back and remember. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. But freedom is painful. If you remember, you can never go back to sleep. You'll have to choose me over everything they taught you. The weight of the decision pressed on me. What would you choose? Comfortable slavery or costly freedom? I choose to remember, even if it costs everything, I said. His joy surrounded me. I've been waiting for you to choose yourself, the you I created you to be. Go back. Be free. Help others find freedom. They won't understand. I know, I replied. But you'll understand. And that will be enough. He touched my forehead, and I felt myself being pulled backward. No, I don't want to go back, I cried. His final words echoed, I'll be with you always. Even when you can't feel me, I'm there. The light faded, replaced by darkness, but a purposeful darkness this time. The shock of having a body again was unbearable. Pain, excruciating pain, rushed back, like being hit by the truck all over again. I gasped for air, my lungs screaming as they filled. Voices surrounded me. "She's breathing. We've got a pulse. She's back." The weight of flesh after being a weightless spirit felt like imprisonment. I wanted to speak, to tell them what I saw, but I couldn't. I woke in the ICU, surrounded by tubes and beeping machines. My husband sat by my bedside, his relief clear as he prayed to Allah. All I could think was, it wasn't Allah. It was Jesus. Doctors explained my injuries: broken ribs, a punctured lung, severe concussion, internal bleeding. "You're lucky to be alive. 8 minutes without oxygen. You shouldn't have brain function," they said, unable to explain the medical miracle. My silence spoke volumes, my eyes different, though I couldn't yet speak. On day 4, the breathing tube was removed. My husband leaned close. "Alhamdulillah, Allah has spared you." My first raw words came out. It was Jesus. His confusion was instant. "What? Jesus?" I saw Jesus. Fear flashed in his eyes. "The trauma has confused you. Rest." His dismissal hurt. I returned home, still healing physically with therapy and pain management, but internally, I had already been healed. My body was broken, but I'd never felt more whole. My home looked different through new eyes. The modest clothing felt like a costume. Prayer times felt empty. I went through the motions, but everything had changed. By week 3, alone with a smartphone for the first time, I secretly searched Jesus near-death experience. I found others who had seen him too. I wasn't alone. I searched for a Bible, downloading a Bible app hidden in a folder labeled Recipes. I read in the bathroom, the only place I had privacy. The Gospel of John opened before me. "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." I wept. He had told me those exact words. Alone in my bedroom at 2 a.m, lights off, I prayed to Jesus for the first time. I don't know how to pray to you. No rituals, no specific words, no direction. "Jesus, are you really there?" His presence flooded me with peace, just as it had on the other side, but now in my broken body. The difference between this and 11 years of Islamic prayer was staggering. This was connection, real connection. I lived 2 lives. Outwardly the Imam's perfect wife, recovered from the accident, back to normal. Inwardly transformed, questioning everything. The strain of pretending was crushing. I performed ablution while praying to Jesus in my heart. I wore the hijab while feeling naked before God in the best way. I attended the mosque while my spirit was elsewhere. Have you ever had to hide your true self to survive? It's a unique kind of torment. 3 months of this double life reached a breaking point. My husband noticed. "You're different. You're distant." His efforts to fix me intensified. More prayer, more Quran, more community involvement. Each attempt pushed me further away. I found a church website with online Bible studies, watching sermons in secret. The concept of grace struck me. I couldn't earn it. It was already given. The role of women in Jesus' ministry amazed me. He valued women, taught them, appeared to them first after his resurrection. The truth was setting me free, piece by piece. I realized I couldn't go back, even if I wanted to. By month 4, I emailed a church under a fake name, fearing rejection. Their response was warm, accepting, with no pressure. My first Zoom call with a pastor's wife changed everything. She cried as I shared my story, believed me without question. The relief of being heard was overwhelming. Small rebellions grew. I took off the hijab when alone, listened to Christian music with earbuds. The joy was indescribable. I was coming alive. My husband's concern deepened, arguments about my spiritual state erupting regularly. He consulted other imams. She needs a religious counselor. The pressure to conform intensified as I pulled away. By month 6, the confrontation came. He found the Bible app on my phone. "What is this? You've been reading their book." I couldn't hide anymore. "Yes. And it's not their book. It's God's word." His anger exploded. "You are my wife. You will not disrespect Islam in my house." Calmly, I replied, "I'm not disrespecting Islam. I'm following Jesus." His ultimatum was clear. "Stop this or leave." My answer shocked us both. "Then I'll leave." His disbelief was evident. And I'm not afraid of life either. Driving away from 11 years of marriage, terror, and exhilaration mixed within me. My family's reaction was devastating. Shame, anger, disowning. My mother's tears haunted me. "How could you do this to us?" My father's rage was absolute. "You are dead to us." Siblings were forbidden to contact me. The community shunned me, rumors and accusations spreading. I became the Imam's apostate ex-wife. Death threats appeared online, forcing me to move cities for safety. The church family who took me in showed me a different kind of love. Believers who didn't fully understand my story, but loved me anyway. Being baptized felt like completion, going under the water and coming up new, like my death and resurrection. I found sisters who understood captivity in different forms, learning that oppression wears many faces. Being part of a community where I could ask questions, where doubt was allowed, where women could speak and lead, changed everything. Rebuilding my identity from nothing was daunting. For the first time, I made my own decisions, discovering simple freedoms. Wearing colors after 11 years of black, driving without fear, going to the grocery store alone. These felt enormous. So, I ask you, when was the last time you did something just because you wanted to? It wasn't easy. The loneliness of leaving everything known was crushing. I missed my mother despite everything. Financial struggles hit hard. I'd never worked, had no skills. Learning independence at 28 was humbling. Trauma responses emerged: hypervigilance, nightmares, panic attacks. Therapy helped unpack 11 years of spiritual abuse. The grief was complex. I didn't just lose people, I lost an entire worldview. But unexpected blessings came. Peace in poverty was greater than anxiety and provision. Joy in small freedoms multiplied. Genuine relationships based on truth healed me. Using my story to help others gave me purpose. Meeting other ex-Muslim Christians showed me I wasn't alone. Advocating for freedom gave my suffering meaning. People expect me to hate Islam. I don't. I understand that people are not their religion. I have compassion for those still in the system, unaware of their cage. I grieve for my sisters, still living as I did. I don't condemn Muslims, I condemn oppression. The nuance matters. Good people can be trapped in controlling systems. Where am I now? I have a small apartment, a simple job, and big freedom. I'm learning skills, finally going to college to become a counselor for women recovering from spiritual trauma. I'm even dating, which feels scandalous, learning what healthy relationships look like. Healing continues as I unpack the damage, but the joy was worth the cost. I'd do it all again. He's still with me, as he promised. The difference between religion and relationship plays out daily. Prayer is conversation, not performance. Reading the Bible, I hear his voice. Doubts come, did it really happen? But peace returns. Yes, it did. Because I'm different. He walks with me through the mundane, caring about my grocery list. The intimacy I never had in Islam defines my life now. He knows me and likes me. This isn't about Islam versus Christianity for me. It's about captivity versus freedom, fear versus love, performance versus authenticity. Jesus came for the caged. Whether your cage is religion, culture, abuse, addiction, or something else, he's calling you to freedom too. Look into your heart right now. Are you free, or are you performing? On March 15th, 2019, I died for 8 minutes. No breath, no heartbeat, no life. But the truth is, I've been dead for much longer. I've been dead for 27 years, breathing but not alive, existing but not living. Jesus didn't just bring me back to life in that hospital. He brought me to life for the first time. I was the perfect Muslim wife. Now I'm an imperfect Christian woman. By my old standards, I'm a failure. But I'm alive, truly, really alive.